Virgo, welcome to your weekly reading with me, Cindy. This is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And this week, Virgo, we are going into a deeper spiritual reading. So I am using the return of, Yeah, I'm always dropping cards. So the return of Spirit Oracle deck, by Cheryl Lee Harnish. Beautiful, beautiful deck, beautiful artwork, beautiful messages. And what is the message we're looking for, Virgo? But what is it that makes you so beautiful? Now, Virgo, we know you're one of the most beautiful signs in the zodiac. But that inner, deeper part of you that is needed here by people. What is it that you really bring to this world, to this lifetime? Boy, I need to blow that candle out. Wow, it stopped flickering. That's interesting. Let's see where that goes. Do you see that? It's really like doing like a big flame thing there. Virgo, pulling in some interesting energy, Virgo. So I'm going to do that. Oh yeah, and then I'm going to, with my Starman Tarot, we're going to pull out, how you bring this to the world. What the Oracle will tell us what you bring. The Tarot will say how you do this, which is really quite interesting. And then I will pull out another card to find out how we can continue to expand this, how you can continue to expand this gift, this beauty that you have within you that needs to be shared. Oh yes, and so Leos were the first, and you're going to be the second. A while ago I had, I think I mentioned in the channel thing, whatever, that I got a bunch of blank cards. So I've been working away on it, and I just finished last night. It sounds like I've been spending hours and days on this, which not really, because there's only 20 cards, but it takes me time to come up with little phrases. And being a mom, I don't always have the time, energy, or mental aptitude to do this. So I finally got it done. So what I want you to do is I want you to think about a yes-no question. And there's going to be 3. So at the end of the reading, I'm going to shuffle it out. I'm going to go, okay, so those who want card number 1 for their yes-no question, what is it? And then I'll pull it out, you'll see it. And then I'll do, okay, card number 2, those who wanted card number 2, yes, no, what is it? And then card number 3. So that's how I'm going to do that, because I know there'll be a lot of different questions and answers needed. So I'm going to do 3. And I have 20 cards. So hopefully guys will do better than Leo. They got 3 no's. So. But it's working. I've been doing it for myself. I've been testing it out. It's kind of, and actually, yeah, it's kind of cool. I'm going to keep, it's only 20. It's enough that I can shuffle it and stuff will come out, so I'm ready to use it. But I will keep growing and expanding it. And then I'm going to do one for time frames, like in a week, in a month, in 3 months, 4 weeks, that sort of thing. So Virgo, what is this beautiful thing that you bring to the world? What is this beautiful thing that you bring to the world, Virgo, that is needed? That's too many. I want 1, 2 at the most. Virgo, what does Virgo bring to the world? What is the beauty? There we go. Oh my goodness, you guys. Oh, interesting. This is very interesting. Wow, we got the Starseed card here, guys. The Starseed. Capricorn had a big reading on this once too. Interesting. I think all my earth signs now have received this. I don't think anyone else has, just the earth signs. So, the Starseed. What I want to say though is that a lot of you have probably never really felt like you fit in. There's a struggle to fit in. The world seems really confusing and daunting at times, and like, I just don't get this place. I really don't get people. I don't. Because you're here to bring new concepts and realities. Wow, right? Like, you're here to bring new concepts and realities. And you, yeah, I would say Virgo is a very confident, I see Virgo as a very confident sign. I don't know if you guys see yourselves that way, but I do. I see Virgo as being a very confident sign. Yeah, here, no, okay, so what I want to say is, because I think we all have the same probably amount of insecurities, and they just play out in different levels and different aspects of ourselves. You still have those, but there's something about your persona. There's something about it that, like, people just sort of accept what you're doing or saying. Like, they don't question it as much as they might, like, other people's energy. So, but this is an opportunity for you to bring in these new concepts and realities, because that's what we need here. We really need new concepts and realities here on Earth. And you've incarnated here to do that. Wow, that's pretty big. Because you're watching, you're like, this doesn't make sense. Why are we doing it like this? Why? Why? Like, this is crazy. Because it's like you're bringing in this perspective from a very deep level. It's a soul-based level. Going, wow, this is not how we did it on Andromeda. Like, this is crazy. These guys on Earth really need to fix things here. I'm going to help them. There's your energy, right? My starseed Virgos. Okay, so how do you do that? This is going to be interesting. I love doing this. Cancer was like, whoa, gave me a headache. I don't want that kind of energy again for a while. I've already spoken to my spirit guides. Like, whew. Like, sometimes I don't think people realize, like, I've actually had, I don't know how you get nasty comments when you're doing readings like this during the week. I don't know how you do that. Please don't do that. Like, this is something that's coming from my heart. Are you that dark? If you're that dark, you need to leave a nasty comment. There was a couple in Aries, and I'm just like, that's not, what's going on with you, man? Like, what's going on with you? Because, so, I don't think, like, when I do readings like this, I don't have a layout. I'm not like, this is your past energy, this is your future energy, this is projected outcome, this is why they're doing it. Like, I find that for myself, at least on an energy level, is much easier to read than like what I'm doing right now. I'm opening myself up to infinite possibilities to come through. And like when I did Cancer yesterday, I really got a lot of information. It was almost hard to articulate everything because it was so much coming into my head verbally and visually. And it was like, it's like almost like this massive computer was trying to slam a whole bunch of information into my little gigabyte of a brain. I was like, I can't. I had a massive headache when I was done. I don't know where I was going with this. So yeah, like, who knows? That's why I find this fascinating. Like, Cancer's was extremely fascinating. And this looks like it's going to be pretty interesting. So please, spirit guides, no headaches. Just go slow on the information for me. Okay, Virgo, starseed, how do they bring these new concepts in reality? 8 of Pentacles, interesting. That's the first card that's come out here. Wow. Okay, so typically the 8 of Pentacles is somebody, really working away, focused, head down, working, not paying attention. This is a very different energy, 8 of Pentacles, from the, did I tell you the Starman Tarot? Yeah, sorry. Well, distracted. This is inspired by David Bowie. It's beautiful, beautiful artwork. Now look at this 8 of Pentacles. Look at how this person is, it's almost like they're arranging. They're arranging to me like things that represent planets. What else do we have here? Spheres. Oh yeah, and there are pentacles here. So interesting. I feel like a lot of you do this through work. Like through changing the structures of our work systems. And wow, that's really interesting. So you're really doing this on like a society level. Almost Hierophant energy, I want to say, for you. Almost Hierophant type energy, like really changing the structure of society on a very meat and potatoes level. Like not so much a spiritual. This is coming in and physically making changes. And there's a lot of that that's been going on just in the last 20 years. You think about how people used to work. A lot of people work from home now. There aren't really cubicles in a lot of places. I know someone was telling me, actually she's a Virgo. I don't think she watches it. I have no idea if she knows I do this. She's in a book club. I don't know. Do you know? You know who you are. And blonde, glasses. She was talking about like where she works, like they don't even have designated spaces. Like her boss doesn't even have an office. Just, there's an open desk somewhere. Oh no, hers has claimed a space. He's like, I need a space. But like everything like that kind of stuff is changing. Like the way we look at how we work and how we function. how we run our businesses and our companies, like, you know, bringing ethics into it, having an ethical mind when we are making decisions about profits. You know, like that's the kind of energy that I see here, which is really quite interesting. And two more cards that have come out here. The Prince of Wands and the Seven of Wands. Wow. Okay, here's the Prince of Wands. I see there's like a prince and a princess of wands and swords and all that stuff in this deck. They replace the knights for me. So the prince tends to be very, very fiery and more in your face than the princess. Now, wands are a lot about desires. And look at how he's just shooting the fire out of his eye and lighting the torch. It's to me, it almost says like you can take your vision and you can make it real. So if we want to apply it to this Eight of Pentacles, this is such an interesting reading. Like, so take it with this Eight of Pentacles here. Like, changing the structure of how business functions. Changing the structure of how... And business can be, you know, private businesses as well. Like, you know, maybe we can start incorporating things like this. Like, I'm doing tarot readings on YouTube. That is completely... Could I have imagined that for myself in 20 years? 20 years ago? No. 10 years ago? No. 2 years ago? No. So, like, these are the kind of changes that are happening here that are really making us move forward. This vision that you have in your mind's eye, you can ignite it. Like, you ignite other people. It becomes real. It becomes living. And you make it happen with a lot of desire and a lot of... The Prince of Wands, he's out there to do it. You know, he's out there to do it, that's for sure. There's a lot of passion and desire that drives this. Because it comes from deep within. And I think it's interesting because, you know, I love it when you do these readings. And this is what comes out because we think, oh, star seeds. You're here to meditate and change the world through your vibrational energy. I get that too. But... You know, I'm also part of that group that believes, yes, prayer is important. Good energy and thoughts are important too. But gosh darn it, your action is just as important. You need to take action on stuff. And that's what this is. That's what this is saying right now. Like, this is how you do that. This is how you change that. The Seven of Wands. Oh, yeah, you can take... Yeah, I like the way it goes with the Prince of Wands here. I'm going to hold them up together again. So the Prince of Wands is like lighting that fire, right? Not everyone's going to like these changes that you're trying to bring in, is what I'm getting with the Seven of Wands. Not everyone's going to like that, but you don't care because you're Virgo. You're like, I don't know. I'm going to do it. What you're doing is absolutely ridiculous. It doesn't make sense. There isn't like a proper procedure or protocol. It's not morally right. It needs to change. And you're ready. You're ready to be on the defensive almost too. Like you're ready to defend these changes that you feel like need to be made. And you come out on the higher ground. This is Seven of Wands. So you are on higher ground. The person is standing up on higher ground. They've got the advantage there. You have the advantage because you know. You just instinctively know that it can be done better and it can succeed. Oh boy, you're just a fighter, aren't you? The Five of Wands. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Boy, you will just jump right down into it and go for it, won't you? Won't you? You go from the Seven of Wands to the Five of Wands. It's like, yeah, okay. You don't, yeah, it's, wow. But there's so much passion behind this, Virgo. Like, to make these changes, because, yeah, I'll tell you, when you try to make, these are big changes. It's harder to make changes like these in business, banks, politics. Like, that's what all of this is to me. Like, this is the very three-dimensional aspects of society that we're all trapped in that make it work, sort of. That is really a lot harder to change than to see if you can get a group of people to start meditating with you on Wednesdays. Right? Like, this is really in the trenches stuff. And that's what to me, that's what a starseed does. Like, they are in the trenches. The starseeds are the ones that, for the most part, don't even know that they're starseeds. They just have this drive and desire because you're not doing it to be recognized. You're not doing it to be seen as a guru and people will go in flocks to hear what you say. You're not doing it for that. You're doing it because, gosh darn it, this is not the right way that this needs to be done. It's not serving people well. And you know, you think about, well, it's business and that, but you know, how many hours a day, how many years do people spend of their lives where they work, where our societies function? Even like education systems, religious structures, like changing it, making it better, Virgo. This is the beauty that is you. Oh, you're just going to do this to me. Now you're going to throw it a whole bunch of cards. What do we have here? We're the King of Pentacles. There you are. The Hanged Man. The Eight of Wands. The Queen of Swords and the Two of Swords. Oh, I love it. Yes. This is perfect. Oh my gosh. Okay, you know how you were in here? You were in the trenches, man. You're in the trenches. Like, yeah, I know. I'm gonna do this. This is not right. This is just not right. It just needs to be changed. It's not good for anyone. We need to change this. We need to change this. Like, and boy, and then you're sitting on top because you know what? Everyone eventually is going to see that it is better because you do have this good insight. You do have this good insight, and it's almost like, you know, too, I'm getting a little bit like this is telling us three-dimensional structures, things that people really work on, but it almost feels like playing around with little downloads, ideas in your mind, like they float around in there, and you can almost manipulate them and move them around to see the different scenarios of how things would come out and how they would function better. And then once you do really start to apply it, like it just puts you in your power. Puts you in your power, Virgo, like the King of Pentacles, but you bring this to others, right? This is how you bring it. So you bring that abundance back. So there might be, people might be pushing against these changes that you want to make, these improvements that you want to make to how it is that we do things in our day-to-day life. And once they stop pushing, it's like, wow, this really does bring abundance. It really does bring abundance to have a moral approach to what it is that we're trying to create with our business. Like, it actually brings us abundance. Who would have known? Like, Virgo knew. The Hanged Man. You are making people see things in a very, very different way. That's for sure. Let me let you focus on this. I haven't even looked at this card closely. I'm looking for, I'll let you look at it. Oh, it's so cool. Oh, wow. It's like a magician upside down. Has he got a mousetrap on his one foot? Oh, he doesn't care. Oh, no, it's gold. Oh, you shake it up, don't you? You shake it up, Virgo. There's all these gold bars and coins falling out. But yet, this person is keeping it together. Keeping it together. Keeping it together. For some of you, well, I don't want to say for some of you. I think a lot of you, this is a driving force for you to really make these changes in our society. And I think at some point, some of you will do experience some sort of financial loss because of these things that you really stand up for. The Hanged Man is getting everyone to look at everything differently, yet he does lose some monetary stuff. He is losing his gold coins and bars here. Eight of Wands. Oh, wow. But you know what? The King of Pentacles and the Hanged Man like that, losing the bars. Look at that. I mean, the King of Pentacles, yeah, he is pretty well off. That's an interesting message that's coming through here with these two cards. The King of Pentacles has more than enough to get him by. This guy is doing pretty, like, he's got lots. But look at how everything flourishes behind him. The trees are growing, like, you know, the rain. I want to say that the rain is clean now. Like, we've made the world a better place and we still have enough. You can lose some of this monetary gain and still be okay. But let's make this work environment a better place. Let's make the world a better place. Let's give the kids a safe place to play, right? Like you can do it. You can do both, guys. It's kind of like with this energy that comes in the Eight of Wands, and you bring it in, you bring, and things will come in for you too. I'm really getting with this Eight of Wands that you will get what you need to do this, because it is divinely guided. You will get what you need to do this. Things will just come in for you all of a sudden, like maybe you've been fighting somewhere, or, you know, at least maybe fighting is not the right word for a spiritual reading. You've been battling it out in the trenches with the CEOs and executives about trying to make some good change here, and then one of the CEOs retires and this new guy comes in, and out of nowhere, like, and he has the same ideas and concepts as you, and he's proven them at other places, and these other places are succeeding. And that's what I mean, like you would get that sort of support, like just all of a sudden out of nowhere, like, and you're like, well, wasn't that what I've been telling you guys for 3 years? Oh yeah. Okay, maybe we'll do that. And then these last two cards, I love them immensely for what it is that you're doing. The Queen of Swords and the Two of Swords. So the Queen of Swords will cut shit out if it's not serving. She's not afraid to do that. You're not afraid to do that. Also tells me you're not afraid to walk away from situations where, you know, this is a losing battle. I need to make changes, and it's not going to happen here. I'm going to go where I can make changes, which is really a good energy. You're not, you know, what is that? God give me the strength to change what I can or something, and the knowing, or the, I don't know, I'm getting that all messed up. You know, it's something about the strength to know what I can change, and the clarity to know when to walk away, like that sort of energy, right? And this Two of Swords though, so then you may feel pulled apart. You may make others feel pulled apart too by choice. Which way do you go? There's indecision here, but this indecision gets to a point where it starts pulling this person apart, and it exposes the darker, deeper side that needs to be exposed so that this can be improved and a decision can be made. Really neat. Shaking it up, man. Being in the trenches, Virgo, is what you're doing here. You're really being in the trenches. How do we keep growing this? So now I'm going to the Oracle deck. How do we keep growing this? How does Virgo keep growing this? Okay, one has come out. Ooh, take the flight, Virgo. Take flight. So we have the take flight card here. Wow. You know, putting this together with a starseed to me is really telling me too, like you yourself, you're going to be in and out of cycle changes. You're going to be shifting up all the time. All the time. You're always going to be cycling up. You're just going to end up at some point, you're in an energy, a situation, a place. It's like, wow, this is low vibration. Why am I here? Like, what's going on with these people? I don't get it anymore. And it's basically, it's been taken up as high as it can. And it's time for you to move on, because your vibrational level has increased again, and it's a whole new level for you to go to with this take flight. So don't be afraid to move around a lot too, because there are rebirths, really good rebirths that come for you in this lifetime, making these changes. Maybe you move around to different offices, divisions. Funny, I don't know if there's somebody, I keep getting like school in my head. So I don't know if there's someone who's come who moves around a lot, like that sort of thing too, because that's all part of this also. Now the take flight, I'm going to pull guidance and outcome. Guidance and outcome with these tarot cards here. I feel like I'm leaning more this way today. Is that candle still going? It is still going. Guidance and, what is like the guidance and outcome for growing this and moving forward? Tower. Shake it up, Virgo. Shake it up. The Tower card. Guidance and outcome. So the guidance for me here is, yeah, create the Tower moments. That's kind of why you're here, Virgo, is to create some of these Tower moments. People don't like change. They really don't. You can come in with the best ideas. Honestly, you could come in with the best ideas and even the best evidence to back it up. My gosh, if that means that I have to, you know, use the photocopier on Tuesday instead of Thursday, I'm not doing that. Like, it could be as simple as that. It's like, no, you can't make me do that different. Why can't you do that different? You got to make these tower moments for people, as significant or insignificant as they may seem. You are a tower moment, which is interesting because Aries is typically depicted as a bit of a tower moment in the world. But yeah, I could see you as that Virgo. I could see you as being a tower moment. What does that say? Cancer. Wow. Wow. This is fascinating. There's like this giant meteor coming into the tower. The tower's on fire. There's a child. It looks like a child's shadow standing at the base of the tower. It's so funny because I don't know. Someone is coming in to change the education system. That would be good. But then there's this astronaut floating in space here. I feel like there are things that need to almost crumble in our society, and some of you will be involved in that. Some of you will be involved in, like, really just some stuff just needs to come crashing down. And I see this. Where did he go? He's really faint. So, oh, here he is. This little astronaut dude. He's sitting there, and I'm getting this message. It's almost like somehow someone has traveled forward in time. And they're seeing, wow, what can become, what will become. And this child's shadow stands here and watches the future about to rush in as this tower crumbles. Very monumental energy, Virgo. Very monumental energy. This card has been coming around like crazy this week, honestly. It is the Lover's card. This is probably the most sexy, seductive Lover's card in any deck that I have. Okay, are you ready? Here it is. Here it is for you. The Lovers. This is Gemini energy. Oh, yeah, in the tower. Well, that's Aries, yeah. But yeah, so they're dripping honey. They're dripping honey. Now, this is a very sexy card, absolutely. These two are feeding off of each other, and their love feeds others. You can see all the bees coming in to have some of that nectar. But the message that I'm getting in terms of like this reading specifically is like the love that you have, that you put into what it is that you do and how you give that to others. It feeds the world. It really does feed the world. It provides nourishment for future generations. And I get that with this little child's shadow standing at the bottom of that tower, watching it all come down. And then you bring in, so what you're bringing in, because this tower doesn't look particularly appealing. It's fascinating on a very artistic level, a very esoteric level, all the information that's going on in that, symbolism and whatnot. Interesting, but it's hard, it's cold, it doesn't look like a safe, happy place to be, where you're creating a safe, happy place to be, right? You're creating that safe, happy place to be, Virgo. Wow. So welcome, my star seeds. Do you have your yes, no question ready? I'm going to start. So I'm going to do the first, for whoever picked, okay, I want the first card. Pile one, whatever. It's just one card, so it's not really a pile. Card number 1 for Virgo, yes, no. What is the answer for their yes, no question for the first, for those that picked the first card? Ooh. Everyone's getting the no-nos today. No, release to receive what is for you. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's okay. Well, now you know. It's general too, right? It's not a private reading, so don't take it too serious. It's kind of for fun. Okay. Yes, no. Card number 2. Yes, no for Virgo. What is their answer? Ooh, that flipped up. Holy crap. No. It is time to give back. Back to yourself. I got this. If it makes you feel better, I got this card this morning for something that I was asking. All right. Card number 3 for Virgo. Yes, no. What is the answer to their question? Yes or no? Yes or no? What is the answer to the question? Ooh. Oh, this is my favorite card. You got a yes. Finally. Cinderella, your carriage awaits. Ooh. Okay, so there's a meaning behind this. Yes, for me. Actually, there's kind of meaning. Well, it's more obvious meaning, these ones. No, release to receive what is for you. So there's something that you're focusing on. Maybe you may be trying to manifest something or something that you want or a person or whatever it is. So you're kind of being told no, but you're hanging on to this. So what is actually meant to come in for you can't. You need to release that so that what is meant for you, and it's going to be better than what it is that you're hanging on to that's not happening, that's not working. So no. So whatever that is, it is time to give back to yourself, to give back to yourself. So this tells me, this card here for this no is, it's not necessarily like it's never going to happen, whatever it is, or, you know, you'll never be on the right path, whatever your question was. You will be at some point. Right now, though, that this is a time to really give back to yourself so that you're prepared for the yes. Now, this is my favorite card. I made that little carriage. Isn't that cute? See, I just did a little carriage on there. Yeah. Okay. Cinderella, your carriage awaits. So this tells me that the divine timing has been working for you, because it's all about timing with Cinderella. The divine timing has been working for you, and that carriage is about to pull up, and you're going to have a choice. So the answer is yes, but it will be accompanied with a choice. I'd get in a carriage if I were you. Just saying. Okay, Virgo. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for letting me do that reading. That was very fascinating. I think what it is that you're doing, or what you're here to do, what your talents are, what your beauty is very beautiful. And it can be as simple as someone too who you may just be, you may be at the lowest level of any place that you're working at, but your ideas and your inspiration will serve and make changes. It's really great. Even if they're small changes, a little bit at a time. If you have 2 billion Virgos across the planet all making little tiny changes like that in our society, in our workplaces and everything, it makes a big difference, right? You can look at it that way too. All right, Virgo, thank you so much. Until next time, be gentle with yourselves. Bye.